I'm Michele Knights and welcome to my Soulcast. I'm a psychic and astrologer. I was born the daughter of Madame Bruna and grew up with a pack of tarot cards in my hand. I had a particularly challenging childhood and, over the years it was what I learned and how I grew and how I learned to create my reality that saw me through. And I'd like to share some of that wisdom with you. These soulcasts are going to be on numerous topics, and each of them were some of the keys that helped me transform my reality. And they're easy things actually to help raise our vibration, move on, and empower ourselves to become who we truly are beneath life's tribulations. All of us have great potential, but it can be quite difficult living in the world that we live in to see beyond our immediate circumstances. One thing that I've pulled together in my life is something that's a bit like cosmic ordering and law of attraction. It's a way to transform our energy to become who we want to be and to create our dream. I've called that Qauntum Creating. Quantum creating is a fusion of both ancient wisdom and quantum physics. Although I ain't going to blind you with science, don't worry about that. At the heart of it, those two things are the same thing. We're all connected, and what we think of as reality is in fact nothing but energy vibrating at different frequencies. It's easy to think that we're not connected, but actually we are, and that's how we draw certain people into our lives. That's how we experience certain things. That's how we escape from one reality to another. And if you look at my life, I'm a perfect illustration of that. I came from a very damaged and wounded childhood. I came through very difficult experiences, and I've sort of managed, after a lot of toing and froing, to be living a relatively happy and wondrous and creative life now. And I truly want to share that with you. To give a simple idea of how this works, your body is not solid matter. That's what science is. I know it looks like it. If you poke it, it looks like it. But there is more empty space between the atoms that make up who we are than solid particles. So basically, we're all vibration. The vibration frequency gives the illusion that we're solid, when in fact we are all just energy. So when we change our energy, we can literally change our life. A change of energy changes external circumstances. So how do we change our energy frequency to become the quantum creator in our lives? It's easier than you think. Right, step one. One of the fundamental things that has helped me, ironically, I was a bit lucky because I had a bit of this in me anyway, is we've got to awaken to who we really are. Each of us is a unique soul. And if it wasn't for us, the world would be a very different place. And I believe our job is to express our uniqueness. It's not to be part of the herd. It's about to be aware that we are all connected, but to truly express the uniqueness that we were born with. Each of us is entirely different. And without us, the world would be a different place. You probably don't even realise just by walking down the street that you can change someone's life. What do I mean? Have you ever seen that film, It's a Wonderful Life? It's actually my favourite film of all time. Google it if you haven't seen it. Watch a clip on YouTube. But basically, there's this lovely guy called George, and through a set of terrible circumstances, he's feeling like killing himself. And as he's on the bridge to jump, an angel comes along and says to him, George, you're a really worthy guy. Life wouldn't be the same if it wasn't for you. But George isn't buying it. So the angel takes him back into his town, but the town is completely different. In fact, the town is a terrible place and people are suffering and all sorts of things are going on, and he bumps into people he knows, but their life is completely different. It turns out that he's in a town that he grew up in, and the town would be like that if he hadn't been born. Because of all the things that he did in his life, little kindnesses, noticing little things, all the everyday things we all do actually, had a vast impact on the people around him. Sometimes we can walk down the road and we're not doing anything at all, and someone's walking on the other side of the road and we might just remind them of someone in their life, and they might then go home, pick up the phone and call that person. That's how powerful we are. We're changing lives without knowing it. We're a unique shard of the universe. You can call it what you want, but We are totally and utterly like unicorns in our own right, because there is never going to be an energy like ours. And our unique vibration creates ripples of energy which touches and teaches others. In fact, we're all in a sacred dance. Each action that we do has a massive reaction. Your energy and my energy affects everything and is the very thing that gives you the power to create. Equally, other people affect you and me in the same way. But you can't separate your power from your uniqueness, as your uniqueness is your power. What do I mean by that? I mean, it's important to follow through on the things about you that are special to you. Don't dumb down yourself. Don't contain yourself too much. The first step to quantum creating is to go within and to remember who you are, to find your inner voice and to be fearless in expressing your unique self. Most importantly, it's not a selfish process, but it's about helping others. When we help others to achieve their dream, we not only change the vibration of the universe, but we draw more potential towards us. We are, after all, one on some level, and that's really important to remember. So step 1, find out who you are, express who you are, and be true to who you are. Step 2, wow. Step 2 truly changed my life. Now, I stumbled across this step in quite an unusual way. Basically, I went to university, well, it was East London College then, and I really wanted to understand, why are we here? What is the meaning of life? Why is the world in such a state? And all these ideas that I really wanted to get to the bottom of. And in one of the courses I was doing, I came across a book called The Selfish Meme by the very renowned and super skeptic Richard Dawkins. And in that, he talks about the fact that maybe we don't just evolve by having babies and procreating. Maybe we evolve through ideas, and maybe ideas are contagious, but also maybe ideas make us immortal. I hope I've got that in a nutshell. So that's a really interesting idea. You know, a lot of people think, we just got to have lots of babies and that's going to evolve and keep everyone going. But how do we become immortal? We don't become immortal just by having babies. Some people are immortal like Shakespeare because of their ideas. Other ideas catch and leap from brain to brain. What do I mean by that? There's a very famous incident where monkeys were spotted suddenly using different tools, and I think it was washing potatoes. I might have this wrong, Google that. And then, within a year, I'm making up that date, Google that, monkeys all over the world started doing the same thing. It's almost as if that idea had caught, that when we evolve or we do something, you don't have to be in the presence of someone. Other people are sort of evolving at the same pace. It's a bit like suddenly inventions come out at the same time. Like the two people that invented the telephone in completely different places with no knowledge that they were doing it. Ideas and our evolution is something that almost, I believe, we kind of have a telepathic link to each other. I hope I'm not confusing you now, but this is really important for step 2. So basically, ideas and words are like spells. The best on a practical level, ideas and words are like spells. The best inspire us. The worst keeps us trapped and limited. We can believe something because it's been put in our head. How many ideas and beliefs do you carry around that are either not your own, but handed down by parents, teachers, friends, family, your boss, the media, or negative self-limiting beliefs about who you are and what you're capable of? And are these beliefs stopping you evolving? These thoughts are what affect your energy and your power to attract what you want. When you know who you are, you can't be limited by someone else's beliefs. Ideas are like a virus and they're catching. We also know this by, we can hear a song and suddenly we can't get that song out of our head. Our brains are evolved to catch ideas and thoughts. And, this can be very positive because some thoughts can enhance us and liberate us and free us. And in another way, maybe we're told we can't do something when we're a kid. We're not very good at something when we're a kid. We're ugly. We're not good enough. And that idea drills its way into our brain and can be there for years later. Or we can have a belief, like I believed for a long time. And to be honest with you, sometimes I still have to wrestle with that belief that I'm not lovable. We pick these things up along the way, and these viruses, these belief systems stay with us. And ultimately impact our immediate experience. So we need to have, step 2, have a belief detox and really, really be careful what we think and pay attention to what we believe. Because as the old adage goes, what we believe, we create. So every week, take an inventory of your ideas to make sure that you're on track and also to make sure you're not infected by someone else's ideas. What you think and believe is what you create. And these two go hand in hand because when we're a unique soul and we're true to ourselves and we're being the best of ourselves, then we are actually evolving and creating new ideas because we're unique. We're creating a new and fresh and joyful vibration, hopefully. And when we clear out the old beliefs and the old poisonous thoughts, we create more space within ourselves to transform and to have more positive energy and a better belief system, which in turn changes our vibration. Step 3 is equally important and one that I try and practice daily, and that is connect and give back. Be aware that we are all one and that lend a helping hand whenever you can. Give as much as you can, but nothing that impacts you, nothing that drains you. I'm talking about random acts of kindness. I'm talking about the fact that when we know we're all connected, this is a key step, we can become a beacon for our desires because we're vibrating at such a level that we can connect with the universe and with all the people in all the world and send out our desires. And then in my life, I've noticed all sorts of intense synchronicities and coincidences that bring to me, well, in some cases, even more than I thought possible. Once we've got to that point where we're truly ourselves and we're not infected by all fears, I'm infected by fears a lot, to be honest with you, but I have windows where I ultimately connect. It's a bit like being a magician and plugging yourself into the mains. And you can do that, even if you thinking, no, God, I'm so anxious, I'm never going to do that. Trust me, you can. It's about, taking those first 2 steps. And when we become a beacon of our desires, we're sending out a calling signal to the universe for what we want to attract. Now, when that happens, or even before that happens, obviously, random acts of kindness are essential. We are renegades. Kindness is a superpower. And the more kindness we throw out there into the world, the bigger changes we're making to the whole. Even if you can't see it, trust me, each kindness you do is having a major impact on the universe. There's so much truth in the saying, what goes around comes around. What we put out there, we do get back, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. And then we can not only change our own lives, but we can help the whole just by being your authentic self and changing your ideas. And then that is when manifesting starts to begin. That's when suddenly you should notice, even if you practice this for a week, I'm pretty sure that you will notice some positive changes, and please let me know. These are powerful tools. They may sound very simple to you, but I promise you, these are some of the key things that help me live many of my dreams. Obviously, got many more dreams to come, but it's like, it helps you shift. In my case, it helped me shift a lot of trauma. It helped me shift a lot of things that were really weighing me down. So I hope you practice some of those. I'm going to bring you less complicated stuff than this as well. Don't panic. But what I was really passionate today, I was thinking, what can my first podcast be? And I thought, you know what? I'm going to put my heart out there. I'm going to put out there what I truly believe that helped me. So there you go. Let me know what you think. I send you so much love. Thank you for sharing this journey with me. Take care, gorgeous, and I'll speak to you soon. This podcast was brought to you in collaboration with michelleknight.com and horoscope.co.uk. Please share if you love it. Take care, gorgeous.